What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the Legion of Comics. This is a huge comic book week, so let's not waste it. All right, real quick, if you haven't already, be sure to go and like and subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. I have passed 800 subscribers, so I'm working on getting the next giveaway and event little majigger thing that I got planned ready, so you don't want to miss out on that. Hit that notification bell. You'll know when future video drops. Share the video out with everybody. Let them know to come over and hang out every weekend for At Weeks In, the live show, where we break down all these comics that are come out and talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. Tell them that fandom happens here and they don't want to miss out. Also, if you haven't checked out my secondary Instagram page, I do have a lot of comics going up for sale daily. There's the name of it. It's also linked in the description below. Be sure to check it out. Everything's priced to sell. All right. I feel like a used car salesman now, but it was worth it. So let's get right into it. Like I said, it is a huge week for new comic books. There's a ton of stuff coming out. So as always, I want to go through what's going to be in my pool box this week and then look at a lot of other great titles that are coming out. So first up, we have Detective Comics 1036 from Dan Mora and Mariko. And we do have a backup story of the Huntress in this. It's demanding a $4.99 price tag. Definitely looking forward to this. That last issue was pretty cool. It's more hardline detective Batman and had that weird cliffhanger ending. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that whole zombie thing. Is it or is it not a zombie? Is this actually the missing girl? We'll find out. Now, nextly, I'm super excited for Action Comics 1031. Philip Kennedy Johnson knocked that last issue out of the park. It was the single best Superman title I have read in years. So we do have the new artist on this. It's different now from the Superman writer or the Superman artist, and we have the whole War World Rising storyline starting. So we got left off with what we thought was an invasion, but it looked like a bunch of refugees that were escaping War World. So this is leading into that inevitable fate with Clark losing his powers and getting stuck on War World, and Jonathan taking the mantle as well as the title of the main Superman book. So if you're not reading Philip Kennedy Johnson's Superman, you are sleeping on the best Superman that's been written in years. Next up, we have Strange Adventures number 10 from Tom King. So this has been fantastic from start to finish. It's really getting into the nitty gritty of it. We got all those answers to the backstory of why Adam's reputation is so tarnished on Rand. He really did go to any length to win that war, but now the war has found Earth. So is he going to be willing to go to any lengths to save Earth, or is his reputation going to get in the way of that? So find out in issue 10. Next up, the long awaited for next chapter of The Last Ronin. We have issue 3 here. And from the cover of this, what looks like to be the death of Leonardo as well as Casey Jones. So we're going to find out. I'm not going to go big into the solicitations for this. I don't want to know. We'll find out. But there is an awesome variant by John Jang, and it is a wraparound cover, and this is an exclusive from Big Time Collectibles. You can see the crease down the middle where the spine is going to be. So we see the last Ronin just knocking this machine to pieces, burning through him in his motorcycle. So I'm really pumped to get that one in the mail, and yeah, I just can't wait. He's knocked these last Ronin books out of the park. So next up, another one that's just been good from start to finish. This is just good comic book writing, fun storytelling. And we get like this crazy, wild, I forget the name of the dude center. It's something IO. And he's like this alien machine that's kind of controlling alternate timelines with movie reels and film strips. So he's kind of like, you see him balling them up. He's kind of been crisscrossing them over. So we have a Superman that's reminiscent of a Golden Age era with a Batman reminiscent of a Golden Age era from two different worlds where they don't even know each other exist, cross paths, and they're trying to get to the bottom of it. But it has been absolutely fun. I'm looking forward to kind of hopping around some more and seeing what kind of crazy antics they kind of play into it. But the writing is so solid. Ivan Reis on the art is, dude, he's one of my favorite interior artists. It's just consistent, consistent, consistent. Be sure to check it out if you just enjoy great comic books. Next up, we have Department of Truth, and this is issue number 9. So this has been consistently mind-blowing. So I'm really excited just to see where they go with this issue, to see how they play into what they kind of tease with certain people have actual abilities to alter and fix where the earth has been altered by all of these different conspiracies. So we're going to see if any of these characters actually hold any more weight, like Cole himself. And I'm really excited to see what conspiracies they kind of play with in this one as well, because it seems like each issue they just pick another conspiracy to headline and play with a little bit. It's been absolutely awesome. Tynan has been crushing this series. Next up, I have decided to jump on Spawn a few issues back. I got caught up because I do want to be read up and ready for Spawn's universe. It's coming when Todd McFarlane is going to drop that big one-shot issue and then branch it off into 4 separate Spawn titles. So I want to make sure I'm up to current on that. And it's been the past little run that I read has been pretty good. So I am excited about this one. That cover is a gory mess. It's going to be wild. Yeah, can't wait. Next, we finally get issue 16 of Something is Killing the Children. So as you see, there's a lot of tie-in on this list. There's a good bit. So he's definitely dropping some bangers. But we're supposed to get the origin of Erica Slaughter, even though I feel like they've already told us the origin, but I feel like we're going to go into more depth beyond her origin, like her coming into the House of Slaughter. They've told us how it's happened. We saw her parents killed by the monsters, and the member of the House of Slaughter save her and then take her in. So we know that's how she gets here. But now we're going to get to see the events that transpire after she arrives. So that should be amazing. Another amazing title is Teen Titans Academy. This has been so solid. As you can tell from the cover, we're continuing the crossover, the mild crossover event that's happening with the Suicide Squad. They're out to get Bolt. We saw in the last issue of Suicide Squad that Red X intercepted them and is trying to help them go get Bolt for Amanda Waller. We don't know how much Red X and the team know of each other's involvement with Waller, but she clearly, the Suicide Squad's really making this even better than it already is. So definitely recommend checking that out. You're seeing a lot of great consistency across DC titles, as well as a nice little continuity line going across them as well. And then next, it's been a while, it feels like, but we have the Other History of the DC Universe Book 4, where we're going to be spotlighting Renee Montoya, aka The Question, as we look back at her time inside the DC Universe from her perspective. Next up, we have Maestro, War and Pax, and this is issue number 5. So this miniseries is going longer than the first one did, but it looks like Doom thought he got rid of Maestro. It looks like he tried to take his throne. Well, big green guy's coming back to go take it. So this should be an awesome fight. Doom using his intelligence level and his capabilities with weapons and whatnot, and he's going to be going toe to toe with Maestro. And judging from this cover, I'm kind of curious because it looks like Doom's belt has a G on it, or it could just be where his knees up. So I don't know. Next up, we got this Stargirl Spring Break one-shot special coming out by Jeff Johns, and this is spinning out the pages of Infinite Frontier issue 0, where they kind of tease her a little bit. Why am I picking this up? Well, I enjoy Stargirl. I enjoy all the JSA characters. I enjoy Jeff Johns writing JSA, as well as we're getting the Seven Soldiers of Victory in this as well. So there's a lot of callback to major Golden Age stuff, and I'm sure there's not going to be too important or impressive in it, but I do want to see those characters getting played with and used, and I hope this is fun. I hope it's really good, and I hope they do more with these characters. The JSA have been so not present since the New 52 era, and we did have the Earth 2 run that Tom Taylor did, but that wasn't in the primary universe. That was on Earth 2, but it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. That's what made me fall in love with Tom Taylor's writing. But I am ready to get these JSAers back into the forefront, back into the main continuity. We did see Jay Garrick get played with in Flash 770 last week, but again, it was a whole alternate going into the past kind of thing. But they're underutilized, and amazing, and I don't know why they don't get used enough. And then next, I have just the exclusive variant of Haha number 5 by John Jang that I have ordered for this week. It'll be dropping, so it'll be coming quick. And then we have Mr. Miracle number 1 of 6, The Source of Freedom. So this is not Scott's Free. This is Simon, who we saw featured in the Future State books for those 2 months. He was added back up in the Superman title. So he's getting his own little 6-issue story. So I'm curious to see him come into old Mother Box and get the chance to work with this technology and have these abilities. I'm wondering how they're going to tie this in with Scott Free or what they're going to do. So Scott Free's my man. As you see, I got that Mr. Miracle number 1 right up there, but I'm going to play with the character a little bit here and go outside of Scott Free and see if it's any good or not. I don't see any Fourth World stuff being really involved in this other than the tech, I guess. But I love the Fourth World stuff. Absolutely love what Kirby did creating all that. So I'm definitely going to give it a try and see what's what with it. It's only 6 issues, so if it's decent, I'll probably ride the whole thing out. So that's all I have on my pool list for this week. That is absolutely enough. But there are a lot of other great titles coming out, so let's take a look at some of those. We do have, from the X-Men corner of the universe, it's huge these days, X-Men number 20 and New Mutants number 18. We have Miles Morales Spider-Man number 26 and Black Panther number 25. And I do believe Patrick Gleason has a Gleason variant for this. It doesn't really look like the Webhead ones or the Man-Thing ones, but it is pretty cool. So go make sure you don't miss out on that if you're collecting all of those. And then we have from the Star Wars universe, War of the Bounty Hunters is continuing through numerous titles. We have Darth Vader issue number 12 and Dr. Aphra issue number 10. And then from DC, we have Harley Quinn. And from Marvel, we have Black Widow. And that's issue number 3 of Harley and 7 of Black Widow. Sorry about that. And we have a lot of Heroes Reborn title coming out this week. Heroes Reborn number 4, and then the Magneto and the Mutant Force number 1, as well as Young Squadron number 1 and the Siege Society number 1. So we're getting a lot of these mixed match characters popping up this week. A lot of number 1. So there's going to be a lot of first appearances. If you're caring to pick up the first appearance of all these amalgam characters, you'll get a lot this coming week. And then Haha number 5, the regular cover, obviously is coming out. Shadecraft number 3 will be out. We have Alien number 3 from Philip Kennedy Johnson, as well as the Marvels number 2. And then we have Bitter Root number 13, Two Moons number 4. We have Ruby and the Justice League number 2, as well as Milestone returns with the Infinite Edition number 0. So what this is, this has been available if you have the DC Universe Infinite app. This has been available for months, and this is basically their Infinite Frontier number 0 or their Rebirth number 0, where it's just a showcase to show you where all these characters are today. So it's a light retelling of some of their origins, a restructuring of some of their origins, and an introduction to Hardware, Icon, Rocket, and Static. So going forward, coming soon, all of the 3 of those will have their own books. So this is going to introduce old readers to where they are now, or new readers to who they are at all. So I recommend checking it out. I read it; it wasn't bad. The Icon Rocket was really good, and see what you think. And Static's been around for a long time; it's been a fan favorite. So this is them bringing him back. Let's try to show them some love because there's some fantastic characters in there. That again, a lot of characters DC has they don't really showcase or forefront. So this would be really cool for them to really flesh out this universe and the whole world of Dakota. So hopefully it'll stick. Next up, and finally for this week, I want to point out we have Philadelphia number 13 and Nuclear Family number 4. So like I said at the beginning of this, there are a ton of titles, and still, that's not even all of them. Of course, there's more going to be on shelves, countless small publishers and everything. So be sure to double check those shelves. Make sure you don't miss out on anything. Let me know if you think I missed out on anything and I need to be reading something. I'll do my best to check it out, and we can talk about it every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for At Weeks In. But before we go, make sure you go sub up to the Comic Vet, because every Sunday, him and I do a collaboration video that's posted to his channel where we both pick one title that we feel that you should consider picking up and why. So it's called Two Cool Guys, Two Hot Picks. Definitely check it out. There's a lot of good recommendations coming from that. And as always, I want to thank Paul and Donna at the Augusta Book Exchange. They're the guardians of my pool box and keepers of my comics. They always make sure everything I'm looking for is safe and secure when I get there. You'll find no better customer service anywhere, and you can check them out on Facebook. All right, guys, that's it for this week. So make sure you go out there, double check those shelves. Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to. What's your number 1 pick? What have you been loving? What do you think you're going to drop that's on this list that you were picking up? And until next time, guys, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.